Welcome to the project on solidarity and care, hosted by the Sociological Review Foundation. The ambition of this project is to learn from the past, from the present, in order that we can shape the future. We want the project to be a global witness to how the pandemic has been experienced and how the horror that it has induced has produced new forms of solidarity and care. We see these new forms developing across the world in very different ways, and we feel we need to have a record of these, a record that we can keep, that won't be forgotten, and that we can use to inform policy in the future. We've chosen the topic care and solidarity because that is what we have worked on through the Sociological Review for some time. And we consider social reproduction, the maintenance, sustenance and reproduction of everyday life, to be crucial to understanding any economic and social relations. We think it's been a huge problem that traditional economics has actually factored out, or as they call it, bracketed out social reproduction and just focused on profit and on value, forgetting all the moral values that underpin care and social reproduction. So we want to switch the focus. We want to change the narrative. We want to be able to use the new forms of solidarity and care that we've seen emerging to be able to say the world can be different. There are alternatives. It doesn't have to be about neglecting the elderly, about making the vulnerable even more vulnerable. It needs to be about how do we look after one another, how do we care for one another, and how do we build societies and global relationships premised upon care, not neglect by design, and certainly not by the absolute callous indifference that we've experienced over the last decade at least. So that's why we did it. We want to learn, we want to witness, and we want to create a very different future, a future that will be built from care, not from callousness and cruelty. So what we have done, we've built a site that we'd like you to be involved in. We would like your contributions, and they can be a range of different media, and this is because we want to reach out to different audiences that we haven't usually connected to. We really would like this to be a public forum, and we would like all sorts of contributions: film, video, audio, photographs, lists, and we'd really like letters. And we will edit and curate these. There are two ways you can contribute. The first way is a more traditional way of putting your contributions onto a public platform that we then edit, curate and circulate around the world. We have a large website audience already. The second way is that you give us permission to store these public presentations in our research archive. Our research archive is where we will literally keep and store all contributions that have been made. And maybe some of you don't want to go public with your responses, but you may want to put things into a research archive. So you can put things on a public platform that will get circulated to global publics, or you can put them in a research archive to store them for future use later. You can be anonymous and it will be confidential. We have an ethics procedure that you will see. You can withdraw your contributions at any time. So you can either contribute to the public platform or to the research archive, or ideally to both. And we hope that we will be able to use all the material that we collect for the future. We do believe absolutely fundamentally that it is care and radical care, new forms of solidarity, alternatives that we have not yet thought about, that will get us out of this horrific mess. So please help us to develop a better future. Thank you.